Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. The center can no longer hold in Kenya Kwanza. Things are falling apart. Every move the government makes ends up backfiring very badly. And so far we have seen some moves that Ruto's government made that have clearly backfired. A few months ago, William Ruto in broad daylight informed Kenyans that Kenya's government was entering into a government deal with the Gulf on crude oil imports into the country. That was a few months back. Listen to William Ruto before we proceed.
That from this month of April, all our fuel marketers and all the people in that space, they will be able to buy our products, fuel products, in Kenya shillings. And it will remove pressure on our dollars. In fact, in the next 1 month or so, you will see dollars coming down, the exchange rate coming down in a very phenomenal way. In fact, in my estimation, in the next couple of months, the dollars will come, the exchange rate will come below 120 shillings. Maybe 115, you never know.
Yes. Those remarks by William Samoei Ruto have turned out as lies. And I want us to dig deep into that for Kenyans to understand exactly what is going on behind the scenes and why the government is now backpedaling on government-to-government oil imports. Before we do that, if you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, give this video a like. And some of you have been asking for my M-Pesa number for some times now. Maybe you want to send me something like coffee or tea, contact me through that number below. That's my M-Pesa number. Let's proceed. Yes, there is a developing story that has been captured by Business Daily today. State to step back from Gulf fuel import scheme. So in a nutshell, to be precise, the government-to-government oil deal that William Ruto promised some months back is actually hitting a dead end. That scheme, or rather deal, is just backfiring. I want us to understand what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and why Kenyans should be alert to some of these remarks William Ruto and his government have been making. The first thing coming out very clearly, this exposes Ruto's government as clueless. They just talk, but they actually don't know the outcome of what they're saying. Ni kubatisha, bahati nasibu. This is a government that is not very sure of what they're doing. And that puts Kenya in a very precarious situation when we have a clueless government that is just trying to do things out of luck. That's coming out very clearly. A clueless government. And then secondly, there is corruption here. And that exposes again the integrity of leaders in Kenya Kwanza government. I honestly believe, and it's not far-fetched, that it might be possible that some rogue elements in Kenya Kwanza government have already made a kill out of the so-called government to government oil scheme. already some have enriched themselves stupidly. And that's why most definitely now they want to kill that scheme, or if at all that scheme was there, they have already acquired enough. They want to look for other avenues of corruption. So already some rogue elements have made a kill, have enriched themselves at the expense of the poor taxpayers. And then also, it might be possible that it was not about easing the pressure on the dollar at all. This was just a business some individuals wanted to make. It's actually related to our second point. So it was not about easing the pressure on the dollar at all. It was just a business deal. And if you look at this government, there are so many promises and pledges Ruto has been making. Promises and pledges that have never been actually actualized. We still remember Ruto promising that by the beginning of June, cooking oil gas was to retail between 350 to 500 Kenya shillings. Ruto actually made a U-turn on that. So that also backfired. We still remember the 3% housing tax levy. Ruto promised Kenyans that the hustlers were to get houses because of that, as a result of that. That later turned out as just a normal tax. It was not about hustlers getting houses at all. And recently, William Ruto said again that it was not about housing per se, but about creating jobs for our youths, jobs that are again not there. So you are seeing that this government is just making promises, things that is not very sure about. And we still remember the subsidies. Ruto saying and attacking Uhuru Kenyatta's government that the subsidies Uhuru Kenyatta introduced were benefiting some cartels. His government, Kenya Kwanza government, was going to subsidize production and not consumption. As I talk, already William Ruto is thinking of that possibility and has actually brought some subsidies back. And subsidies, in my honest opinion, that I believe will not even help Kenyans, but will be perfect avenues for rogue elements in the government to enrich themselves, maybe just as William Ruto was saying. So you are seeing that everything this government says ends up backfiring. A confirmation that this is a very clueless team, a government that is not able to deliver, a government that is basically incompetent. And the best thing Kenyans should do in this case, Kenyans should demand of their elected leaders, members of parliament, to impeach this government, because it's clear this is a government that is not delivering. In fact, this is a government just wasting taxpayers' money. Kenyans are being pushed to the wall on taxes. We are seeing a government wasting taxpayers' money by creating more additional positions for the top boys. A government wasting taxpayers' money on foreign trips, where some government officials are flying abroad on first class. So you are saying that this is just a government wasting taxpayers' money. In the long run, Kenyans are going to be poorer than actually they are. The economy is going to perform poorly than it is right now. Most industries, in my honest opinion, if this trend continues, most industries will run away. Unemployment will actually go up. So from where I sit, things are bad and they are moving from a frying pan into the fire. Things are not looking all that bright. And it's also very unfortunate that some Kenyans have not seen that. Some are still saying give the government time. I'm very sure that even if given 100 years, and this is something I'm saying with a lot of confidence, this is a clueless team. The integrity of leaders who have been appointed in this government, they are not inspiring confidence. In fact, they are going to worsen things as time goes by. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Just as I did indicate, if you want to send us some coffee to support our channel, contact me through that number. That's my M-Pesa number. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.